Welcome back. I'm Melissa Kruger, and we are here on the live stream stage. You can see behind us that things have cleared out, but I'm so thankful because I'm here with my friend Taylor Turkington, and we are going to be talking a little bit about the work she does. So can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do for TGC?
Yeah, Melissa, I've been working for TGC for about a year. I live in Portland, Oregon with my husband and daughter. I love the green in the Pacific Northwest, one of my favorite places. I've been leading the Women's Training Network, so I'm the director of WTN. And what else about me? I love organic loose leaf tea and books.
Oh, tell me, do you have a good book recommendation? Am I putting you on the spot? Sorry.
Oh, no. I really want to read Rebecca McLaughlin's new book that just came out, Confronting Christianity. I've been seeing it around, but I have not yet read it.
We'll keep hoping that Crossway will send it to us. Right?
Yes.
So if you're listening,
hint.
we'd like it. Well, can you tell us a little bit about the WTN and what it does? And that stands for the Women's Training Network, and just what it does. What's its goal? What are the distinctives of what it's trying to do?
So the Women's Training Network is designed to help women use the scriptures well. That's what we want to do. We want to further equip women. So we have regional events called 2-day intensives where women can come, and we have multiple tracks of content that run simultaneously that talk about how to interpret the scriptures, how to disciple someone, how to lead a Bible study, how to teach people an advanced Bible interpretation, and some biblical theology tracks, all this different content that runs at the same time so women can choose where they fit and then be further equipped to serve other people around them. We want to learn the scriptures, but also then serve other people with them. All of us are called to encourage and instruct and exhort others around us, whether that be in our homes or in our churches or in our workplaces or neighborhoods. We're all called to use the scriptures well. So that's what we want to be doing.
Yeah, that's a great. I love how Colossians talks about letting the word of Christ dwell in you richly, so that you can teach and admonish one another. And I like what you just said. It doesn't always have to be taking place on a stage like that one.
So true. Right.
That most of us will be actually teaching the word and admonishing one another sitting on a park bench somewhere or over work lunch with a friend, and that it happens in these simple ways, but we really need equipping to do that. And it's so helpful. It's almost like seminary weekends.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really valuable, that work on a park bench. And we want women to feel like they can study for that work. And so we want to help women really dive deep and to feel confident that they can handle the word of truth. And we do that with 3 values we talk about pretty often, that we want to be grounded in the scriptures, centered on the gospel, and equipping women to serve. That's really the heartbeat of the Women's Training Network.
Yeah, I think that's so good, because sometimes when I get nervous about sharing my faith too, it's because I don't feel equipped. Oh, what if they ask me something that I won't know the answer to?
Yes.
And so it's so helpful to have times where we get really trained and grounded in what we believe, because I can't share it with someone else if I'm not even really sure of what I believe. Now, that doesn't mean wait until you know everything about the Bible to share it, because we'd never get there.
Right.
But it is helpful that what I love about knowing and pursuing Christ is that's a lifelong pursuit. He's a depth that will never fully plumb, and so there's always more to learn. There's always more to grow. And whatever we're learning and whatever we're gleaning, he allows us to pass on to others. It's like that baton that we're constantly passing back. And so I love what you're doing as you're training up women, and then they go back to their local churches. How can local churches get involved in this? How can we serve the local church well by what the Women's Training Network is doing?
Yeah, Melissa, we really want to be about the local church. We want to be serving the local church. And that's part of the reason we have different levels of content, that women come from different backgrounds, different experiences with the scriptures. And so they can come to workshops that meet them where they're at. And so we hope that serves church as well, as they have a diverse group of women in their body. But also, we would love churches to host these events. We partner with a local church to have this event, and we ask them often, what is the best track to bring to you, or tracks? What are the things that your women or the women in this area need to hear and really study? And so we want to be listening to them, and then being able to think of what what focus should we have as we come to Southern California or we come to Central Montana? What does it look like as we come all to different places and wanting to serve local churches across the United States?
If somebody wanted to go to one of these trainings, what are the upcoming ones? Do you have any?
yes,
Yeah, and how would someone
yes.
find out more?
Yes. Okay. Well, if you go to tgc.org/WTN,
Totally impressed that you knew that off the top of your
it's
head.
short.
That's good.
It's short.
My brain.
Yeah.
It's fuzzy.
tgc.org/WTN. That's the great place to find all this information. There's some videos that explain how this works, as well as our upcoming events. And you can see, because there's different teachers that teach at each one of our events. Melissa taught for us recently.
It was so much fun. Y'all should go to these. They're just great.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my plug. I just want to go to one and not teach on it because there were all these great tracks that I couldn't go to because I was teaching. I'm like, I want to go here. These.
Yes.
So,
It's so fun that there's multiple people teaching at the same time and there's options. Yeah, so our next event is actually in 2 weeks in my home city of Portland, which I am thrilled about. And then in June, end of June, we have one in Austin, Texas. And then the end of September in Philadelphia. And then early November in Sacramento, California. So that is our 2019 schedule. And we're currently scheduling 2020. And so if you're interested in hosting, please contact us. You can find the form to fill out to be a host partner with us at that same website, tgc.org/WTN.
that's great. And can you tell us just really quickly a little bit about our newsletters too?
Yeah. So another way to hear more about Women's Training Network and really just things that TGC is doing for women in general is what we call the TGC Women's Newsletter. You can sign up for it under mini articles. You'll see a link on the bottom, but I think even on the website that I just mentioned, at the very bottom, you can sign up. It says join the TGC Women newsletter. And it talks about articles that have been chosen, usually written by women or that would be definitely applicable to women, that Melissa and I and a team of women, Megan Hill and Courtney Doctor and Ann Westrate, work together to collate these articles for you. And we kind of write a little bit about them and also tell you about WTN events.
Yeah, it's a great way to stay informed of all that TGC women are doing. So we want you to be equipped so that you can feel confident to go into all the world and share the best news that's ever been. And so that's what we want to be essentially doing, is giving one another the bread of life, which is Jesus, and share him with everyone we meet, and just encourage one another in the gospel.